Hello, everyone. I will be reviewing important vocabulary. I will try to make this as interesting and not bland as possible, despite my text-to-speech voice. You must undoubtedly know that I am a computer. So if you feel at any time that you do not want to hear my voice, feel free to press the mute button. I wouldn't advise such rebellious behavior, but if you feel you need to push the bounds, do so. If not, I'll continue. Shall we? Our first term is relation. Well, it may seem relatively simple to comprehend. That's because it is. As in normal English, but with a slight change in diction, a relation is the corresponding of two expressions. In an alternative explanation, it is basically expressions that have some sort of a correlation. A prime example is that of one shown above. As you can see, each value in the left section has a value in the right section, forming a relation. Following the term relation is the word function. A function is a relationship, but unlike any relationship, each of its inputs has only one output. The example for function is also a relationship, but as you can see, each input has only one output. Now, for the vertical line test. The vertical line test is where straight lines are drawn across the graph to see if one of the lines hits 2 points. If such event does occur, then we can acknowledge that what is being graphed is not a function. In addition, we have the terms independent and dependent variables. The independent variables are the variables that are not affected by anything. On the contrary, the dependent variable is the variable that is the result, or is affected. Next, is a continuous graph and discrete graph. A continuous graph is a graph that does not have an end, and can have any value between any interval. On the other hand, discrete graphs have separated and independent values, or distinct values. Following continuous and discrete graphs, is the relative maximum and relative minimum. The relative maximum and minimum are the highest and lowest points of a graph in a given section. Furthermore, I present to you, Madame, the lovely, quite exquisite and splendid, most amazing two phrases your ears have ever heard. X-intercept, and Y-intercept. Can you believe I spoke those beautiful words of goodness? Isn't it just music to your ears? Anyhow, as you are my guest, and I am the host, I shall define these terms for you. The Y-intercept is where the Y-axis is crossed by a line. Similarly, the X-intercept is where the X-axis is crossed. After those beautiful words, madam, I don't believe I can top them. Hold on. My motherboard is glitching. Oh, I'm sorry for that brief interruption. I stand corrected. We have found better words. Indeed, let me explain them to you. Direct variation and indirect variation. How divine. Now, I'll tell you what they mean, why you are most likely reflecting to yourself, and pondering the question, who took the time to create this and why did they waste their time? Listen to me, I'm not going to call you a troglodyte for your criticisms. But, instead, I will continue with my lesson because I have gotten off track, oh dear. Okay. Continuing with the lesson. The direct variation is a relation in between two variables, where one is consistently a multiple of the other. Yet, indirect variation is where the product between x and y will always be a constant. For example, if x and y always equaled 60, if x was 1 year would be 60, and if x was 10, y would be 6. Oh noses. My language selection is being weird again. No. Not again.
Philippe. Je vais vous dire 2 mots mathématiques et vous donner leur définition. C'est parti. Ok, les mots que nous avons ici sont la formule récursive et la formule explicite. La formule récursive est la formule qui requiert la combinaison de tous les éléments précédents pour trouver une valeur. Une formule explicite est une formule qui dépend du terme numéro.
Shut up. I'm sorry about that. I need to contact my moderator about these computer issues. What Philip was trying to say was, a recursive formula depends on values prior, and an explicit formula depends on the term number. Moving on from that issue, we have some new words. Holla. It's lit. It's turned. This is the best day of my life ever. Celebrate with me ya all. England is my city. Let's get right into the news. We have an upcoming word, and it's just fantastic. The word is extrema. Come on down, extrema. So extrema, what do you think you are?
I personally believe that I am just simply the absolute maximum, and absolute minimum. That's all, thank you.
We're almost out of time. But we have time for a few more, before the MLG memes come to get us. Their words are slope-intercept form and standard form. The slope-intercept form is the equation of a straight line using the formula y equals mx plus b. Meanwhile, standard form is another way of writing slope, but using x plus by equals c. Oh my lord guys. The memes are almost here. We have 2 more words. Can we do this? I think we can. Let's go. The last 2 words of our amazing journey are line of best fit and absolute value function. A line of best fit is a line that best shows the data of a graph. This is useful instead of having to analyze a graph with many individual points. Finally, we have the absolute value function. An absolute value function is a function containing an expression with absolute value bars. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. The memes are coming. At least we finished just a run. No.
特訓の成果を見せてあげるわ。気持ち悪い。
Not believe your eyes. It's 10 million fireflies. We are the world as I fell asleep. Cause we fill the open air. You leave teardrops everywhere. You make me move, but I would just get there.